Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's Tracy with the Gather community, and I am here with the fabulous mother-daughter team of Fearless Generations, Terry Sayre and Kelly Fox. Welcome, ladies. Hi.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
We are here to talk about you, to talk about what you do, who you are, how you're serving the world, because I want to make sure that everyone in the Gather community and out there in our community at large knows what you're doing. I am such a fan of your work, of the way that you show up individually and together to support women and people, not just women, but mostly women, but everyone, to bust through their fear and to understand how it shows up and how it holds us back and how we can get through it to the other side. So valuable. So I just love it. Welcome to the situation. We're going to talk about it. Kelly and Terry, tell me, and you guys can decide. You know how to riff off of each other. I don't know who wants to talk first, but it always seems to work out. Tell us a little bit about how you got started as Fearless Generations.
I'll go. So I became a coach in 2008 and with the Fearless Living Institute. Terry followed in about, I think, 2011. And then later on, Terry became a certified trainer, which means that we get to do workshops with the copyrighted information from Fearless Living in I think 2015, and I followed in 2017. And so we started doing workshops together. But in 2014 is when Fearless Generation started, and Terry was doing a podcast with a couple other ladies, and they decided to not go forward. And so she was like, "Hey, Kelly, do you want to do a podcast?" And I was like, "Okay, but we got to do it late at night when the kids are asleep." And so, then we came up with the idea of doing the 12 principles or the 12 steps to freedom. And it took off. So that's how we started with the podcast as Fearless Generations. And we did the podcast for 10 years. Every Monday night at 9 p.m., you would see or you would hear us coming together talking about the 12 steps to freedom. So that's how we started.
I love that that's the starting place because it was like, it's exactly what you teach, right? A small step consistently over a long period of time, 10 years, every Monday. That's an incredible commitment to each other as a team, to your audience, to the people that you were interviewing, and to the process that you're teaching. Little small steps once a week over time for 10 years. What an incredible accomplishment. And when you decided to end your series, end the podcast, I don't think anyone would, like, we were all like, wow, that's such an accomplishment. And I can't believe you went 10 whole years. No one could really conceive of having it last so long, like of having done something for so long. So I hope that you're really proud of that accomplishment, even though it has ended at this time and you have a little more freedom now because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think. Mhm.
I was going to say the process of having the podcast and then deciding to do other things together started the whole concept of Fearless Generations. And the thing is, we learned and came to know so many people that were doing the same kind of work or that could complement our work. And so we met, that's where we met you, we met Becky Plouts, we met, Katerina, people that we met through our podcast.
Mhm.
And even though it was it was on Blog Talk Radio, so it wasn't like a Zoom or, Microsoft Meeting. So we couldn't see anybody, but we had these lovely conversations with people that resulted in friendships and connections and opportunities that will go far beyond what we, beyond that experience. So it was a catalyst for many of the things that we did was that podcast.
I love it. Well, and let's
For
make sure
sure.
that, we should make sure, because it's all still out there, it still exists, even though you're not recording new episodes now. We should make sure that that's there for people to access as well, because
Yeah.
the whole like small bite-size opportunities for growth and learning is such an important tool for people to be able to have access to. So we'll make sure that that link goes in what we were just talking about, all the links too. But before we do even continue with that, Terry, as you said, right, it was the catalyst for doing what you do now and what Fearless Generation looks like now. So tell everyone what that looks like now, because you have gone through an evolution even in the last several years. Of course, we've all been in evolution since, the lockdown and COVID and all of that thing. And now where you're at, you're doing a very specific collection of things to support clients and the community at large. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so once we discontinued the weekly podcast, we decided that we wanted to do workshops, and we wanted to do them in person. So we had been doing a program online, and we had started that during the pandemic, which we met many wonderful people, and we had several rotations of that particular program, which was, I think it was a 12-month program. We
Yep.
have discontinued that for the time being. We can always start it again. It was called, I can't even remember what it's called, and it's only been a few months ago, but
Stepping Towards Freedom.
Stepping Towards Freedom. And we did the same 12 steps 1 month at a time.
Yeah.
And we do a workshop around those 12 steps. And those 12 steps are really the path to transformation for our clients and for ourselves, is going through those 12 steps, 1 step at a time. And we also started a membership, which we have continued, and that also is centered around the 12 steps. Terry Talks became an avenue of, I got that idea from John Maxwell, doing a minute with Maxwell, and I was listening to that because I do a lot of leadership training. And I thought, well, I could do that. I could do a minute thing, and did it around the 12 steps as well. So our content is mainly fearless living content, and we were trained to do several workshops, 5 altogether. But the Stepping Towards Freedom, or the 12 Steps to Freedom, seem to be the foundation of our work. And so we really enjoy doing that. We're continuing to do that as Fearless Generations. But at this point in time, so with the last probably maybe almost a year, Kelly has started a new occupation. She's gone back to school, and she's now a virtual assistant, which she is excellent at. She had been mine for free. Now I have to pay her to do all the back work, which is of no interest to me at all. And so she's gotten very good at that. So that's taking a good deal of her time. That's why we're not doing the podcast, and we're just kind of pulling back a little bit to see how it all plays out. And we don't know exactly how it's going to play out. It's a process, right?
Yeah, it's all an evolution.
Yeah, it's all a process. And so we're continuing to do workshops, looking forward to doing more workshops in 2026. Our last workshop will be in September, which is actually a 4-day retreat, which this will be our second year doing a retreat, which we love doing as well. So there's things that we can expand upon, things we may put on the shelf for a while. We just, we're kind of in that, like you said, evolution, or that transformation as our lives change. So I've been highly engaged in civic responsibilities in my community. That's going to be coming to an end. I've been serving on the city council and as a mayor. It'll be 8 years at the end of this end of 2026, and at that time I'm going to have more time. So then, who knows? It's just exciting to be in that process or evolution. But we were committed to Fearless Generations because that was the basis of the beginning of our work, and something that we really enjoy working together, and we find it fun, challenging, opportunities to practice patience and practice, just practice all the tools that we're giving to our clients. And so we both still work one-on-one with clients, but we really enjoy doing the workshops together. So that's Fearless Generations kind of morphed into workshops and our membership program.
I love that.
Yeah. So we've gone more in person.
Yes.
Which I love. I mean, we were in person before the pandemic, and so we've kind of gone back to what we were doing before the pandemic, minus the podcast. So,
Yeah.
and then we have the membership, which is 2 times a month we meet and we talk about those tools. We give homework. Always love to give those tools that we're teaching you that you can implement. And so we have that online, so anyone can participate in that. And then our in-person workshops and our retreat. Super excited about our retreat this year. So yeah, we've
Yeah.
totally upgraded it from the previous year. So I'm super
Yeah, I love
excited.
that. I mean, I've heard all about it. I'm super excited for you as well. So what I love about what you've just kind of outlined is, that you're doing the things that really are bringing you joy, doing more things in person, more kind of intensive when that happens, but you still have that ongoing membership so that you can continue to support all of the people we got to meet over these last 5 years all around the country and elsewhere, through the membership, because the way that the two of you show up when you're speaking for Gather Community or in any opportunity I have to interact with you, whether that's online or in person, you absolutely walk the talk, right? You practice what you're teaching, you're doing your own homework, right? You give the homework, but you do the homework. And, that's, I think, the sign of a really committed leader, is to really embrace, what you're teaching, like not just do what I do what I say, not what I do. You do the do. You are committed to the steps that you're teaching people because you've seen firsthand for each of you alone, and then secondhand for each of you together, and then third hand for everyone else, how powerful these steps with fearless living can be.
And I think it's important too to remember that it's an ongoing process.
Mm-hmm.
What we might understand about just say the step of surrender, what we understand what that means to us today could mean something totally different to us in a month. So it's like those steps, it's cyclical, it's ongoing, it's never ending. It's a process that you're going through those 12 steps, not always in order, but once you internalize those 12 steps, they become your litmus test so that you know that you're continuing to make progress.
Yeah.
You're continuing that transformation because it's not a one and done thing.
Yeah.
It changes as we change. And I think that's the meat of the transformation is that ongoing understanding in depth, taking it further and really helping you to live at the core of your being with the support of those 12 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, with the small steps done consistently, it makes it so that it's not so daunting, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It lessens the fear.
Yeah. Hey. Right. You know that it's going to, it's going to be ongoing. And sometimes people might be like, oh, it's never going to be over. Well, of course it's not going to, you don't want it to be over because then it means you're in the ground, right?
Yeah.
Over means over.
Yeah.
And
like, adios.
continuing means continuing, which is a good thing that we're
Absolutely.
constantly evolving. So
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing the memberships, you're doing the workshops / retreats. So it might be something shorter, it might be something longer. And those are changing year over year, figuring out what those are looking like. You're doing the Terry Talks, like you said, your 1-minute talks. I know I'm subscribed. I get them in my inbox every day. But of course it goes to a video, which you have somewhere else. It's on YouTube. You're on TikTok now. Very exciting. Love all of that because you're meeting people wherever it is that they are to receive the information that can just be one step for them today. So beautiful. I just love it so much. And then you mentioned, Terry, that both of you do one-on-one coaching. You're doing leadership coaching, I know, especially in your community as well. Kelly's doing her virtual assisting business now, which is flourishing because all of us who know her are like, yes, you can help me, please. So, I'm happy to say that Kelly's supporting the Gather community as well as my coaching business. As a coach, Kelly, you know exactly what coaches need and how important it is to show up consistently and with integrity and authenticity. And you bring that to all of us that you're supporting. So thank you very much for all of that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. The day I will never forget the day that you're like, I'm thinking about doing this. And I said, I need I'm signing up right now. And we had an agreement, I think, that day, because I knew that you were the right person to do this collection of things that I was looking for. And there you were, you showed up in my life. So you were already in my life, but I appreciate you in this way as well. Okay, so retreats, workshops, the membership, obviously here in the Gather community, you're speaking at all of our things and show up so often. I am eternally grateful for your commitment to our community and being that guiding light that people can hear and understand that the steps that they take toward getting past their fear matter, because it will help them do the next one even more with more ease. That's always my kind of takeaway, is with more ease and with more ease. So I appreciate both of you in that capacity as well.
Thank you. Yeah, as you take those baby steps, you grow confidence. And with that confidence, it's easier to take the next baby step. And we love helping people break down those bigger goals into smaller steps so that they aren't as daunting, right?
Yeah.
So that they can baby step themselves to those bigger goals, and before they know it, they're there and they have even bigger ones.
Yeah.
And that's the really exciting thing that we get to see, is people's comfort zones expand and encompass those things that once scared them, and get to the point where they have new things that scare them that they can work towards.
Yeah, I love it. I love it
Well,
so
it's
much.
expanding their comfort zone. And I just always think of when I started 15 years ago looking at this, or my comfort zone was pretty small, it was teaching school or anything that had to do with teaching, that was my comfort zone. As I've expanded my comfort zone through coaching and stepping out and taking risks, that my comfort zone is just getting bigger and bigger. It's expanding. And it will continue to expand as long as I continue to grow and take risks, because you don't grow by staying in your comfort zone.
Yep.
So the idea is that what used to be really hard for me to do, and it was very fearful, is now, like you said, it has ease and grace, and it's in my comfort zone. And as I continue to take those risks and apply the 12 steps to freedom, my comfort zone continues to expand. And so things I'm doing today, I would never have thought 15 years ago that I would be doing them.
Right.
And
Did
so
you,
that
did you
does
know
build your
15 years
confidence.
ago you were going to be mayor of your city at 8 years
Heavens, no.
old, right? And Kelly, I mean, you have a large, tight family. There's a lot of change that happens every day in a family. And the navigation of how things change and how you go through that with ease or manage it and come out the other side and learn from the experience has to be so just must make you so full of gratitude. I only have 2 kids and I'm full of gratitude for everything I learned.
Yeah. Yeah, when I started Fearless Living, I had 2 kids. And now I have 6. So it definitely helped me to get to that, to go through all of those things. And I'm not going to say I did them fearlessly at all, but I definitely have used my tools to get me where I am. And I have amazing kids. I think they're amazing because they came that way, but I'm okay with taking some of the credit.
Well, it's a combination, right? They showed up the way that they are, beautiful in the world, and you supported them to become themselves even more so, as we all have, and Terry, as you have with all of your beautiful kids, as well as this one right here. Yay. Okay. Any final things you want people to know about Fearless Generations, about how they can, engage with you? Anything we want to wrap up as we close?
Yeah, we'll definitely check out the links that we have on our landing page. All our social media links are there, as well as being able to get Terry Talks into your inbox, just like Tracy does.
Hey,
And
that
check out the
rhymes.
yeah.
Terry Talks in your inbox.
Yep. And you know, check out the website. All our events are there. You definitely want to look into our retreat this year, Change Your Life. And then also one thing I just wanted to quickly mention that Terry and I are involved is our nonprofit, which is called Break the Silence. And it is to support and build a community around survivors of suicide loss. And so if anyone here in this community or watching is part of that community, we would love to connect with you and see how we can bring you into Break the Silence and support you there.
Yeah, great. Thank you for saying that. And let's make sure to put that out there more often as well. I know you have your big fundraiser is going to be coming up as we get closer to the end of the year. Is it November? No.
It's December 6th this year.
Early December. So it'll
Mhm.
actually be before Winter Celebration this year, because I think we're the week after. So we won't have Winter Celebration to talk about it this time. So let's make sure that we really promote that for you going into December, you know, because Gather Community, of course, wants to support your fundraising success. And last year you had like some speakers and stuff come on, and I thought that that was really impactful. So yeah, make sure we continue to support you in getting the word out and getting some reach on that as well.
Thank you.
Love it. Thanks for mentioning that. Terry, any final thoughts before we close?
No, just thank you so much, Tracy. We enjoy being a part of the Gather community. It's so supportive for us as Fearless Generations and also for each of us personally. So we just want to thank you for that. And as well as Kelly mentioned, we just have a few slots left in our retreat, which is going to be in Laguna Beach, 4 days of beautiful weather, amazing food, and content that can change your life.
Awesome. Love that. All right, ladies, thank you so much. And we'll see you all again soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.